Are things suddenly shifting and ending? What is outdated and ready for a new story? Ready or not, here comes change. How will you prepare for this sudden, unexpected plot twist? Hi, I'm Karina, your Lucid Living Coach. I am a healing arts astrologer, and I'm here to give you the new moon in Capricorn report. The new moon is at 28 degrees of Capricorn, happening on January 18th at 11:51 a.m. Now, this isn't just any ordinary new moon. This is a new moon initiating this new start that is just around the corner. When Saturn and Neptune enter into Aries and conjunct on February 17th for the Aquarius solar eclipse and the Chinese New Year of the Fire Horse, the threshold of a brand new era. Today, we're stepping into a powerful threshold moment. We begin with the new moon in Capricorn, January 18th, and we move towards one of the most defining transits of a lifetime. Saturn entering Aries and conjoining Neptune on February 17th. Think of this as a handoff. Capricorn closes a chapter and Aries lights the match. Now, we have been in a system that is old, okay? It's old as shit. And it's ready to be tossed out, like tossed out like the baby with the bathwater type of deal. And especially those born in 1989. Why? Because they were born with this conjunction, but in Capricorn. This is resetting it. Now it's in Aries. So where the last 37, 36 years have been moving very slowly, and lots of work and lots of responsibility and lots of working hard and lots of discipline and being confined and tied to the karmic system that was built just for us, for slavery. And now Aries is burning down the house, burning down the systems. Say bye to school systems, bank systems, hospital systems, all kinds of systems of structure is getting reborn, rebirthed. They're not working and it's ready for change. Sometimes change is hard. It's dirty. It's dirty, and it can make a freaking mess before things get clean. So we are building the new world. And in order to build the new world, we need a lot of energy and drive and motivation and courage and just an good old fiery type Aries energy. And thank God, because that's what's coming in for us. But this is the new moon in the earth sign of the builder, Capricorn. This is the sea goat trying to climb to the top of the mountain, and it will do anything to get there. And once it gets there, it's looking for another high peak to climb. But this new moon is about endings of old karmic structures and preparing the body, mind, and soul for an entirely new cycle of action. So, this new moon in Capricorn on the 18th is not soft. It's sobering, it's grounding, and it's karmically, deeply karmic. Capricorn is the final earth sign of the zodiac, and it asks, what have you built? What structures are sustainable? What responsibilities are no longer aligned with your soul? You might be committed to a person, to a job, to a situation that does not align with your soul, with your soul's evolution. Maybe you're just stagnant, you're not growing because nothing's changing, and you don't have that spark of life. That means that there needs to be a shift or a change. So we might see some breakups, some divorces, some people completely quitting their job or getting let go because the universe is putting you on a better path in which that you just don't see at this time. This new moon is ruled by Saturn, which means accountability, long-term commitments and consequences, and maturity over just impulsivity. So this is about diligence, hard work, building. So what are you building? What do you desire? What do you want? Okay, what's up? What do you want to manifest into this new world? Whatever it is, this is the time to set it in motion. We're taking action, deliberate action. And so what do we got to do? Make our vision boards, write our lists of action steps to get our goal met. This lunation is about closing out an old 36 year cycle of authority and survival-based success. Before Saturn enters into Aries, Capricorn is asking us to clean house. And that's what I'm doing. I've rearranged my whole living room and I absolutely love the energy flow. And I face north because that's good for career, and now I'm facing east, which is good for love, and it depends on what your number is. It's like a numerology thing, but go ahead and look it up and try to rearrange your house with like good feng shui. So let's get back into it. So what are the key themes of Capricorn in this new moon? Is releasing the old outdated life. Okay, maybe you had goals that you were moving towards with a particular person, and now you're releasing it. Endings of karmic work contracts. So this is where we might get fired, we might get let go, or we might just be so fed up that we quit our job because it is too stressful. Redefining success. What is success? Is it money or is it time? Is it wealth or is it love? Letting go of authority and structures that were built out of fear. Sometimes we build structures out of fear of the unknown. And sometimes the unknown is where we need to step into to live the most authentic life. And this last checkpoint before Saturn leaves Pisces and enters into Aries, we want to be asking ourselves, what am I still carrying out of obligation rather than alignment? Because this new moon is trine the planet of change. Unexpected shifts that could be very jolting. This is a concrete, decisive, timeline shifting lunation. So be prepared for the leap. Capricorn is the sign of mastery, responsibility, and long-term vision. And this new moon is preparing us for what is coming next. Saturn, the ruler of the new moon, is entering into Aries and conjoining Neptune on February 17, 2026. This is huge. This is a huge solar eclipse, eclipsing our lives in big ways. Think of this moment as the final blueprint before the new era of action begins. Now, the 28 degrees is a late degrees of Capricorn, and this is about finishing karmic contracts, making adult decisions, and taking responsibility for the direction of our life. So there's no room here for avoidance, guys. This new moon asks, what structures are you willing to commit to, even when motivation fades? So the aspects and why this new moon is so powerful is, well, let me pull up the chart so you can see what I'm looking at, guys. Don't want you to get confused here. But look at this, guys. Look at this. There's not very many aspects, right? There's like a light square to Chiron. There is a light square from Chiron to Jupiter. And there is a light quincunx over to the south node. But really, look at these thick, heavy energies. These are harmonious trines and sextiles. And this is all happening in these three areas. Capricorn, which is about our work, our legacy, working hard. Also about Pisces, which is about letting go of perfection and boundaries and just like washing things away. It's like being baptized. You're washing all the old life behind you as you're coming up for the rebirth. And then Taurus, Uranus. And Taurus is about our values and our worth, our self-worth. Like, what is our time worth? What is worth? Like, the amount that you put into something, are you getting it back? That is what we're looking at here. So there are these aspects, right? So we have the new moon is conjunct Mercury and Mars in Capricorn. Okay. It's also conjunct Venus, very lightly in a different sign. But Venus is conjunct Pluto. And this is a huge transformation with our values and our relationships. We are looking for deep, soulful connections, just not some surface scum. This means thought, Mercury, okay, will, Mars, Sun is our consciousness, and the moon is our emotional focus. This is aligned towards discipline, strategy, execution, and needing the change energy. What action do we have to do to create the change that's necessary and needed for our life going forward? This energy is making a decision, setting a plan, and taking responsibility for your future. Not impulsivity, but strategy. Now, this trine, Uranus and Taurus, well, this is where innovation comes in. This is where Taurus brings new financial models, new ways of working, new ways of making money, liberation from outdated survival patterns. Of course, all the technology is AI and we're moving quickly. This AI has moved so quick within like the last 3 to 5, 6 months than even internet did. Internet, it took quite some time to catch on. And this is like in apps as well. But AI, it's moving like lightning speed. The trine with this Uranus' change doesn't have to be chaotic, but solutions arrive suddenly and you can build something new without burning everything down until we get into Aries season. Sextile Saturn in Pisces plus Neptune's there. This is a stabilizer. Like Neptune and Pisces bring spiritual maturity, emotional responsibility, compassion with boundaries. The sextile, if you're willing to show up constantly, the universe meets you halfway. This is where dreams start becoming real, only if you put structure around them. Now, Venus conjunct Pluto, right here in Aquarius. This is an emotional undercurrent. Okay, this is deep truths in relationship, merging with someone's soul, radical honesty around values, and the depth of like the depth of superficial connections. This aspect asks us, what and who are you truly aligned with going forward? This is all new for us. This is collective, relational, and future-oriented transformation. And with this new moon ruled by Saturn and Saturn going in Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, this is a brand new cycle wherever Capricorn is in your chart and wherever Pisces is in your chart. This is a brand new 29-year Saturn cycle and a new definition of leadership, action infused with spiritual purpose. With Neptune conjunct Saturn, we're moving out of a passive spirituality and into embodied action. And yeah, no more waiting, no more drifting, no more outsourcing authority, no more being lost in la la land. We are going to be shaken up like a rude awakening. And we might be seeing some things come out in the news, definitely around war, definitely around AI, definitely around our leadership. And yeah, it's time to get ready. Definitely some weather pattern changes and shifts that can make living very uncomfortable. And if the satellites get disrupted just for a little bit, it could be kind of a headache with where we are dependent now on making our money online. So just keep a little nest egg somewhere that's not digital. Mercury, Mars, and Capricorn conjunct the Sun. Yeah, this is a powerful start. Mars adds the drive, courage, and action to this new moon, and Mercury adds intention, thought, and voice. So all fused in the seed of this new moon, how it shapes the new beginning. This lunation doesn't want like passive manifesting. It wants movement. Say the thing, start the plan, and take the first step, even if it's imperfect. Okay? We always start out imperfect. Perfection is an illusion. That's of Pisces. So start, because you could always refine later. And that's the cycle of everything. It's the new beginning, the new seed. It grows, it dies, it grows, it dies. This is even in how we make things happen. It's never perfect, only better. You become better as you do the thing. You can't just sit there and make lists and not take action. Once you take action, then you start seeing the growth, the new initiations and the focused effort. What you begin now wants that discipline, not procrastination. And yeah, let's go through the zodiac signs. Let me take a little sippy whippy. So the new moon at 28 degrees of Capricorn will depend on your degree of your rising. You want to look to see where 28 degrees of Capricorn is in your chart. If you are a Aries, most likely this is in your 10th house of career and legacy and responsibility. So for the Aries, setting professional goals, taking leadership seriously, and acting with patience, not impulse. This is about earning respect through consistency. And this could be a new job offer. This could be an ending of a job and a starting of a new business. There is a lot of excitement for you, Aries, in that area of career and legacy. It could be stressful too, because if you lose a job or you get laid off, yeah, it's super stressful, but you're actually being put on your divine purpose, on where you're supposed to be. Now, I'm going to go through the zodiac signs. It's your rising, okay? So if you're a rising Taurus, or if this new moon is happening in your 9th house, this activates expansion and new perspectives, new beliefs. You can meet a guru. You can start school, class. You can book a ticket overseas. But this is opening new ways of thinking, saying yes to practical things, and committing to the long-term growth of your spiritual and evolutionary path. Stability comes from evolution. Now, Gemini, this is happening in your 8th house, so it brings the focus to your shared resources and deeper commitments. So this is about getting clear on your finances and contracts, or maybe if you had any loans or grants or anything like that, and setting emotional boundaries. And then choosing responsibility over avoidance, like pay off those debts, so you can get those financial needs met. Eighth house is deep closeness too. Now, Cancer, this is happening in your 7th house of partnership and relationships. So this could be like a new partnership, business partnership. It could be something new around like your marriage. Maybe you're getting engaged or something. But this new moon is defining your relationship expectations. So it's choosing maturity over comfort and building partnership that really supports your goals. Leos, this brings structure to your daily life and your work. If you've been thinking about, I really need to get back on that diet, that raw diet, and I really need to get back to working out and going to the gym every day. I need to get back to taking my vitamins or juicing or whatever it might be. This is the new moon to make it happen. Also, it opening up new ways of making an income. Maybe your work is changing. Maybe you're getting more ideas around how to integrate new things like AI or doing something else that's going to bring in some financials. But just using your creativity, creating sustainable routines, committing to your health goals, and taking your time and energy seriously. Now, Virgo risings, that this supports creative discipline, turning your ideas into a plan, committing to create projects, taking joy seriously, no casualties. Now, Libra, this is happening in the area of your home, restructuring your home, remodeling your home, rearranging your home. Maybe you're looking for a place to move. Maybe you just are fed up with your living situation where you're living. And this is also emotional foundations. This could have this could just be of how you feel, your mother or women in your life, but this is about creating stability in your personal life. So setting boundaries with family, building a foundation that really supports your growth. Scorpio risings, this is sharpening your mind and communication. This is all about short distance travel. You might have a new job or a new hobby that you're going to every day now. Speaking with intention. This could be a new sibling or a new cousin, or maybe your cousins and your siblings are having some new stuff happening in their life that's really exciting. But speak with intention, make strategic decisions, and using words to build and not control, you silly Scorpio. Sagittarius, this is happening in your exciting house of money. Okay, your money, your self-worth, how you build your legacy. And I'm going to stop sharing that for now. I didn't realize it still added on. Sorry, guys. This focus will be on your money. So maybe you have like some new finances coming in, new ways to make money, creating financial structure, aligning values with action, investing energy wisely and changing the way that in what you value too. Sometimes we can value things and, end up shifting because like we learn, like maybe someone passes away or something, and before your value was like work, and then you're like, wow, like work has taken a lot of time away from the people that I love, and now your values shift. Okay. Capricorn, this new moon is your new moon. So this is happening in your 1st house of your appearance, identity. Maybe you're getting a new look, a new hairdo, a new wardrobe, like something new. Everything's like vitality, energy is new. Setting personal intentions, defining long-term goals, and committing to self-mastery. Who do you want to be? How do you want to be seen in the world? It's time to step into your greatest self, Capricorn. This is about becoming the authority of your life. Aquarius, this is about your unconscious, letting go, going with the flow, creative ventures as well. This activates rest, healing, meditation, subconscious. Pay attention to your dreams. Let go of anything that is just like not aligning with you at all. Slow down, release old patterns, trust in the intuitive downloads and the guidance that you're getting. Not everything needs to be pushed. Sometimes you just got to let go and let God. Pisces, this focus is on your communities, your friendships, your future plans. What are you planning? What are you, like, what friends are coming into your life? Like, you are going to have so many new friends, and you want to be choosing the friends that are aligning with your goals, your future visions, and you want to clarify these long-term visions, letting go of any kind of savior roles. Like, sometimes you just gotta save yourself. But this Capricorn new moon isn't about rushing, guys. It's about choosing wisely. With Mercury and Mars involved, decisions are made now carrying momentum, and with Uranus and Saturn supporting, what you build can really last. Set your intentions and be willing to work hard for them. If this resonates with you, please share anything. You could share these videos with anyone that you think that could use this video content. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, and hit the bell notifications as well. But why don't you leave a little maybe a goat emoji down below, or a Capricorn emoji down below for this new moon in Capricorn, or a fire sign. You know, I love those fire signs. But what are you committing to under this new moon, guys? Don't let this new moon pass you up. Absolutely don't, because this is a big one. What is your focus? Hold on. My Virgo moon. Sorry, it was kind of, I hope that wasn't looking bad the whole time. All right, I'm going to get into the reading, and yeah, why not? I'm going to keep it on this video. So let's do some tarot. How's that sound? For this new moon in Capricorn. Ah! Flipped over back here. Pretty sure. Yes, it is. Knight of Swords reversed. We got the Moon card and the Ten of Wands. Let's see if we have any confirmations for these cards, and we have confirmations. We'll stick with that card. Whoa, Queen of Cups. Okay, reversed. And oh, Nine of Swords. Jesus. All right. So yeah, there is some heavy energy here. There is hope as well, though. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. My focus, thoughts create my reality. Mental powers drive determination and focus, which is everything we've been talking about. So the Knight of Swords reverse is without a proper outlet for your enormous mental drive, life turns into a dimension of friction. The inverted Knight of Swords signals that your thoughts are racing everywhere at the same time. In fact, you're never quite able to get moving. Impulsivity is a waste of your manifestation powers. So when energy is focused, you're able to play reality like a game of unlimited possibilities. And when it's not, we get stuck where we are. So accidentally magnetizing what we are trying to avoid. In order to intentionally direct your energy, you need to recompose yourself. This is an inward process of gaining familiarity with the purest aspirations. Once your motivation is aligned with the focus, you'll be able to attract worlds full of purpose. Do something intentionally slow, take a longer shower, or give yourself more time to complete a task or get going in the morning. 10 of Wands. I have the strength to carry my purpose, workload, weight, devotion, and push. That's very Capricorn. Every purpose requires some heavy lifting. And this signals that you are clear on where your devotion lies, dedicated to the part of the universe that you will light up. Now that you've decided on your priorities, you can confidently take an extra load of service of your dreams, even if a certain load seems overwhelming. The universe doesn't hand us more than we can handle. You are called to rise to the challenge. This burden will not be too heavy for your strength. Seeing how it fits within the grand scheme of your expansion will allow you to keep going. Your task requires a final push of diligent commitment and planning. Assume a tall stance to bear this additional weight before you pick it up. While you're lifting, don't exert all of your strength on the first push, but make it sustainable, even if that means elevating your planet more slowly. This will enable you to persist over time. The world will thank you for sharing your light. Take on an additional endeavor, whether it's a chore at home or a task at work. Apply yourself to connect to your own abilities. Now, let's see, the Moon, Major Arcana, reversed. The Moon, the Moon. I delve into my inner world. Dark of the night, depth, illusion. So the Moon reversed suggests that you are moving out of confusion. Yay! The light was dimmed for a long time. Maybe that's Saturn, Neptune, and Pisces. But finally you begin to see with more clarity. This is likely the result of your thorough inner work to unravel any knots in your psyche. You're courageously facing your shadows. You are able to recognize illusions before it tricks you, and you approach your demons with curiosity. Maintain this momentum, for you are cultivating a deep connection with your subconscious world that will serve as your light in the darkness. When trying to decipher the realm's symbols, listen to yourself and your sea of inner wisdom. Don't overcomplicate the task. Simply remain receptive instead. Your waters will guide you to your inherent truth. On the next full moon, hold a moon ceremony, make moon water, draw a tarot card, and set your intentions. Sounds good to me, guys. Let's get into the cups. We're getting all the elements today. Queen of Cups. I'm attuned to my emotions and act with kind awareness. Intuition, emotion, sensitivity, inner wisdom, and awareness. The reversed Queen of Cups urges you to tune back in. You may feel that you've lost access to your inner wisdom and intuition, or you might be overwhelmed with the sheer amount of feelings stirring in you. A wave of emotion threatens to sweep you up. Make it a practice to reconnect by simply observing your emotional world. It's time to return to the place of objective awareness at the bottom of your inner ocean and watch all that affects the surface. Make a regular practice of whatever helps you drop in. Reattune to the advice of the universal currents yearning to reach you. This process will guide you to find more flow in life as life unfolds. Connect to the element of water to drop inward. Spend time in a near body of water and take a bath or simply drink more of it. And last but not least, in the tarot, we have the Six of Swords. Going back to the first swords, Six of Swords. Accompanied by my shadows, I travel towards the sun. This is about endings and beginnings, letting go, release, and surrender. Are you still mentally wandering paths long behind you? Forming attachments is not an issue, but holding on to attachments from the past turns into hardship. Often our ego wants to protect us from change because that change may throw off what it knows is safe, even if it's not actually worth holding on to. When deciding whether or not to leave a situation behind, ask yourself what would support the most expansive future. You. If the current status does not advance you towards the best version of yourself, you know the work that lies ahead. Greater things await, and it may take time to embark on the journey. So practice the process of letting go, whether it's donating clothes that you once loved, releasing a paper boat, saying goodbye to something that is still precious to you. Continue to lean into the practice of release. All right, wow. So those cards were definitely on point. So thank you, Spirit. And I'm going to pick a couple, just 2 oracle cards. So hang in there. We got this Shadows of Fate deck. This is for the new moon in Capricorn for the collective. We got Get Wild and Love, but we're just going to read Get Wild. They both came out. That love might be for someone. Get Wild. Get Wild. There it is, 26. To connect with our wild nature is to bring ourselves into the state of balance, having been raised in a culture that favors order and control, discipline, obligatory respect for authority. Many of us get a feeling of danger when we start to veer off the given path. This is what I've been talking about. Perfect card. This card is asking you to spend some time with the primal intuitive aspects of yourself. What immediately comes to mind when you think of that part of you? If your wild self was a movement, what would it be? If it was a sound, what would it sound? What would the sound be? If it was a song, what is the song? Spend some time asking yourself what it means to you to get wild, and then make time and space for that. This one is, what do we got? It looks like it's an Aragonite, so we'll read for that. The Aragonite helps us connect to our childhood and past lives. It serves as a powerful portal to remembering that which we have forgotten, and in this way, it gets us in touch with the natural curiosity and rawness that children possess. So much internal work is simply reclaiming what we have been conditioned to neglect within ourselves. Aragonite also holds a lot of earth energy and instills within us a reverence for our natural environment, reminding us that we are not separate from it. We are a part of its wildness. So yeah, it's that's a perfect card. Time to get wild and switch things up and stop doing the same thing out of habit or conditioning or authority because they said so. Okay. What works for you? So we're doing the nature's path because this is Capricorn. You got to get into nature. Hope and happiness is around the corner for you for this new moon. If you are playing your cards right, this is the new moon that's going to bring in the hope and happiness. You have reached a time filled with healing energy, new progress and satisfaction. You are at a point of festivity. The energy in this phase of supportive and promotes a feel of winning. Let worries or challenges from the past fade away as you focus on the joy that is surrounding you. Feel encouraged and excited about the potential of all the wonderful promises that are being kept. Celebrate and enjoy your life. So I will end it with one of these easy peasy pumpkin squeezy. I always say pumpkin squeezy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy cards, because it is the flower of fate. What do we got? Ooh, I'm almost wanting it to come up. Almost. Let's try it again. On the moon cap. There we go. Meditation of 4. That's my coup number, or whatever it's called. Meditation of 4. Sit quietly and close your eyes. Breathe in for a count of 4. Breathe out for a count of 4. And then pause for a count of 4. Repeat 4 times, and then open your eyes and do this 4 times a day. And within 4 days, you'll start to feel lighter. The vibration of 4 invokes a feeling of retreat, order, and balance. Just like a square, all that is built upon it is evenly distributed. 4 requires you to clean up your foundations, your beliefs, and your fears, not by getting rid of them, but creating something new. Focus upon what feels good, and all your negative vibrations will fall away from the lack of attention, and your highest path magically reveals itself. And 4 is associated with Uranus, that planet of change. So what is changing in your life as far as your values? Value yourself and you will be valuable. All right, peace out, your Lucid Living Coach. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you are not signed up for the next Paint and Sip, it is January 24th at 4 p.m. Revival Coffee, celebrating this new moon in Capricorn, as well as Jeffrey Darling's birthday party. So if you know Jeffrey and you'd like to come, you can head over to my Venmo and pay $45 until the 17th. Prices go up to $55. It includes everything, instruction, 3 hours plus some, of course, the canvas paints, and something to sip on, like wine, sweet wine and port. I love port. Okay. Well, if you would like a reading or coaching or anything like that, you can head over to my website, LUCIDLIVINGMOVEMENT.com. You can go to the coaching page for any of the coaching and therapy, and you can go to my astrology tab for all my astrology readings. And I hope to hear from you, and I look forward to reading you. Peace out, your Lucid Living Coach, Karina.